Hello and welcome to the fifth and final video in the Starting Out Spiritual series. I'm Lindy Jewell. I'm a psychic medium and intuitive healer, and this is where I just want to share some of the I guess wisdom that I've picked up over the years. I remember when I started out, things were hard. It was very difficult to get information. There was no internet, there was no Facebook, there was no nothing. You guys have this awesome, you can get swamped with information, which can be just as tricky. So I thought I would come through and simplify some things for you. So there's 4 other videos in the series. So if this is the first one you're watching, go back and have a look at the others as well. They don't have to be in order. Doesn't matter. Today I want to talk to you about a thing that will often put a lot of people off or make them doubt their ability is when messages come through and there's no proof, there's no evidence that what you're hearing, feeling, understanding, whatever it is correct. And so self-doubt will kick in every time. You'll be instantly thinking, was that a message, or was I making that up? Did I think that? Or is that, spirit speaking to me, or whatever the fuck you believe in? Getting that clarity is difficult. It's absolutely doable, but it can be tricky, and it can push you into a space of self-doubt, which every time will fuck you over. So be very aware of that. Be very conscious of the fact that you're doubting your abilities will stuff you up. We've got to be careful, though, that we don't go the other way, that we're so fucking arrogant about what we do that we know, and that's it. And I got this message and I know that's a fact and that's the end of the story. That's not the case either. There's so much flexibility in this. There's so much contradiction in this work. There's so much, there's choice, there's options, there's all sorts of things. So it does make it difficult to get hard and fast evidence until you actually go through the right timeline, or someone confirms something for you in the moment or later on if you're choosing to do readings. So there is an enormous amount of flexibility required here, and I think if you can maintain that and just go with the flow and make sure that when you are getting messages or sharing anything that you get, you make sure that you're feeling it. You're saying it feels like this, or I sense this, or you're not saying I know, because nobody fucking knows. You can have an actual fact in front of you half the time and not know. So just in everyday life. So making sure that you're able to have some confidence in yourself that doesn't go too far. I hope that makes sense to everybody. But you absolutely can do that. I think more often the problem is that the self-doubt is overwhelming. So when you get what you think is a great opportunity to take your brain back just a couple of steps and see what you were thinking about, what was going on, how you feel, because often we find that the information comes through from spirit very quickly and our brains go really quick, and so sometimes there can be a misalignment. You might have thought something and got confirmation about it, but by the time that's happened, the information's come in and then thought's gone, and then you miss the mark. And so that can cause an enormous amount of doubt. But if you're able to make your brain go back a couple of steps, dunk, 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 then you get that connection point where you go, oh yeah, that makes sense, I understand that connects, that gives me the confirmation that I need, or the guidance, or the clarity, whatever it is. So that's a really, really handy tool to use. The other thing is be aware of now different people, different things. So be aware of things like the physical things that might come up. So for example, I burp when I get confirmation, which is very weird. I yawn when I clear energy. Sometimes my ears will itch if someone or myself needs to listen to something. My belly will gurgle if I'm clearing energy. It's a whole lot of physical things go on. It could be anything. It could be little tingles in your skin. Lots of people have those goosebump moments, right? So, it could be your eye twitching. It could be, just a feeling in your throat that something's not right. It could be anything. So, if you're aware of that, you will suddenly start to become more noticed. And take more notice, so that when you get messages, you go, oh, I know that's a message because I'm feeling that thing that I feel. And it just helps you. Once you start joining the dots as to how this stuff works for you, you will find it so fucking easy. You will not remember a time when you weren't doing it. And I think that's bloody brilliant. I would love that for you. So I hope you found that helpful. Thank you to everyone who's watched all the series. There will be probably more little things like this coming along at some point, but I just felt drawn to share this in the hope that we can bring you out of your shell and let you enjoy this work as much as I do. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. See ya.